Michael, what are your thoughts in terms of public sentiment and the pressure as well that is being put on politicians right across the country to see some kind of resolution to this, as pictures of people starving in Gaza are now everywhere that you go, and people are increasingly disgusted by what they are seeing? How do you think that's changing the political dynamic?
Polling in America increasingly shows that Americans are concerned about the famine that you just mentioned, and they're eager for this war to end. I think the way that Trump is going about it is not a smart way, because I think the reality is that if they're going to end this war, which they should, it has to be an all-hands-on-deck effort with partners in the Middle East, especially Arab states, who are going to be largely responsible for helping keep this together once this ends. And so the idea of allowing Netanyahu to do whatever he wants to do is not a smart way about going about ending this conflict, but it needs to end. You've got many people starving to death. You have many others being killed as they go to look for food. And so America has to show real leadership, but it cannot go about this alone. You have to have other Arab states in the Middle East working together to end this war.
Michael, your view on the FBI being brought in and really how that changes the dynamic in this?
Well, first of all, Donald Trump is trying to rig the system here. You have the FBI. There's no crime being committed, but he is attempting to leverage them against American citizens. That is illegal, first of all. Second of all, Texas is actually one of the most gerrymandered states in the country outside of this current effort. And so the idea that in the middle of a 10-year period between censuses that you would have this happen again makes absolutely no sense, and that is absolutely un-American. I think that as we look at the midterm elections, which is what all of this is about, Donald Trump is trying his best to prevent Democrats from taking over and investigating him. And he's willing to do whatever it takes, whether that's weaponizing the FBI against his political opponents, whether that's rigging the system in terms of gerrymandering in Texas and beyond. He's willing to do whatever it takes. But I think that we have to follow the law. And the idea that we're going to use the FBI to chase down American citizens who are lawmakers is completely insane. We have to have some perspective here in terms of how far we're moving down the lane here. And this is not the right thing to do, and it's really not the American thing to do. And if you look at history, that's just not something that has ever been done as it relates to lawmakers that are simply doing their job. They're breaking no laws by leaving that state during this period.
Redistricting arms race end, because surely Democratic states like California, New York, Maryland, they're all looking at their options now as well.
Absolutely, and they are. I mean, and you know, this is not a good way to go, because to your point, you could have a litany of states doing the exact same thing. You have a number of seats in California Democrats can pick up, a number of seats in New York that Democrats can pick up, and other states around the country. And so if Texas moves this way, which again is not something people do in the middle of a 10-year period between censuses, then you could have complete chaos as we look to move toward the midterm elections, with a number of states picking up extra seats on both sides of the aisle in a way that's not necessary.